Okay, y'all. So it is August the 1st. It is a fresh start. It's the first of the month. And now I know they say all the time you can wake up the next day and start anew, but how many of us associate a fresh start to the first of the month or to a new year? Like, how many of us associate a fresh start with that? Like, okay, when the month start, when Monday comes, right? When the new year comes, then I'm going to start doing something new. So what better time to talk about a fresh start than the first of the month? Get up, get your get on. Right? Okay, cool. So we're gonna talk about some ways in which you can start over, you can start fresh, and get your behind on the good foot. We got 5 months left in the year. It's a perfect opportunity to be looking at investing. We know that. But first, before we get into investing, we have to get our money right. Before we get our money right, we got to get ourselves right. So it's a whole lot we got to get together. And we have the time to do it. But in order to do it, you have to know the things you need to do to be able to start fresh. So I'm excited because this is the first call for the ladies in the community. We officially started our monthly membership. So I'm excited about that because we finally switched over from 8-week programs into our monthly membership. And we've got ladies in from different areas in the US. We had a new member join today from the UK. So is it cheers? I don't know. I don't sound country. What do you hello? Chip chip. Okay, so here. When you're starting over, right? And you're wondering, how am I going to go about this process? All right. So you already said you're going to be a part of a community. You already said that you want to start with your budget. You already recognize that. But before we even talk about money, we got to talk about you. Okay. There's a lot of things as women that we go through that as soon as we step out that front door, we put on a face for the whole world. And we just pretend like whatever is going on don't exist. Whatever you got going on outside of work and your kids, it just, for some reason, we just put it completely on the back burner because we have things to do and we don't have time to be worrying about what we have going on in that moment. Am I right or am I wrong, y'all? When you start your day, do you even have time to think about yourself? Or is the first thing you're thinking about is what you got to do for work, what you got to do for your kids, what you got to do for your pet? Like, right? So when you start your day, you're not even putting yourself first. So then what happens is you get into a cycle of putting everybody, everything else first. And then what ends up happening is it also trickles down into your finances. First, you're putting energy into everything and everybody else. Then you got to put money into everything and everybody else. And long as you got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your stomach, we convince ourselves everything is going to be all right. At least I have that. But what about you? What about you? What about your emotions, your thoughts, your energy? What about pouring back into yourself so that when you're operating in your daily life, you're not operating out of a place of exhaustion. You're not operating out of a place of guilt, of feeling like you got to put everybody else first and that you don't matter enough to put yourself first, right? Because that's the cycle that we get into. Y'all know, I have 3 daughters, right? Y'all know I have a 15-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And when I was a banker, I was working full time, finishing my master's, starting a business, and raising all 3 of the girls by myself, right? So I woke up every day putting the world in front of me. And what ended up happening is it caught up to me and I started crying myself to sleep at night. I started having anxiety again. And what I run into when I have these conversations with women about their money, they always tell me how tired they are. Aren't y'all tired? Like, just, are y'all tired? Like, y'all tired? Not only tired of being tired, but are you just tired? Yeah. And so the reason why that happens is because you're operating from a very selfless place. And sometimes you got to be selfish in order to be selfless. You can't operate to your full capacity as a mom. You can't operate to your full capacity as an employee. You can't operate to your full capacity as a human being if you're not taking care of the thing that matters most, and that's you. How can you be there for your kids to the full capacity? How could you truly be there, give them the patience that they deserve, give them the energy that they deserve, the attention that they deserve when you're operating from a place of exhaustion? How can you fully be attentive and fully be in your best self at work and fully give it your all so you can work towards your promotions and all of that if you're operating from a place of exhaustion? And some of us have gone past just being physically tired. We're mentally tired. And because we're mentally tired, we are sometimes get stuck into a place of unrecognized depression. Okay? Because we're taught to be strong. So we might not even recognize it as, dang, I might actually be depressed. We recognize it as, oh, I'll be all right. I'll get through it. But we got to start recognizing that sometimes it's okay to say, I'm not okay. And sometimes you have to look at yourself in the mirror to have this conversation. And when you're having this conversation, the very first thing that you need to do is reflect on the reasons why you're feeling the way you're feeling to begin with. Everybody has goals. Everybody wants to manifest this. Everybody wants to pray for this. Everybody wants to set goals around this. It's not going to do you any good to set goals and manifest and pray and do all of that if you're not starting with where you are to begin with. So when you go through this journey, and I'm talking to the ladies who are in the community right now, because you guys got a lot we're going to be going through. When you go through this journey, it's got to start with removing the facade that we place on ourselves to make everybody else think we're okay when we're not. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to crack. You're going to. If you don't tell yourself you need to sit down, God's going to tell you to sit down. And by the time he tells you to sit down, you might be on medication, in the hospital, might be overworked, all of that. So it all starts with self-reflection. Just acknowledge, say, you know what? Okay, cool. Let me go look in the mirror. When's the last time y'all had a conversation with yourselves in the mirror? Like, honestly, it's something about us women. When we want to cry, we want to look at ourselves in the mirror when we want to cry. We'd be like, oh, I look so ugly, Lord, I'm going through all of this. But we're going to do that when we cry. We need to do that when it's time to have a real conversation with ourselves. Right? So when you get off of this call, go and look yourself in the mirror and just be like, all right, enough is enough. Like, this is where I am. We can look real good, be real broke. We can be real cute, be real depressed. We can do all of those things at the exact same time and lie to ourselves and convince ourselves that we're not in the actual situation that we are because we did such a good job of putting on the front for everybody else. So if you really want to say you want a fresh start, it's got to first start with you being honest with yourself. So start with the self-reflection. Where am I right now? Am I happy with where I am, or have I convinced myself that I am happy because I have not gotten out of the situation that I'm in? Start with self-reflection. Once you are reflecting, once you started to reflect on where you are, then I want you to write on a separate piece, actually not a separate piece of paper. Take a piece of paper, down one column, you're going to write the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. Take the BS away. You're not doing yourself any service by holding on the facade right now. So just wipe it off. Okay? If you got closed out accounts, you got closed out accounts. If your credit is blown to bits, it's blown to bits. If your life ain't the way you want it to be, it ain't the way you want it to be. If you're in a relationship that's not serving you, it's not serving you. Stop making excuses for every area of your life and just keep it real with yourself for a minute and just acknowledge where you are. That's what that column is for. Then the next column, I want you to write where your values are, because this at your core is who you truly are. The first column is what you're surviving out of. Okay. The middle column, where your value system lies, this is who you are at your core. But oftentimes we compromise who we are because we enter survival mode. And survival mode is everything that we listed in that first column. So in order to start to structure our lives around the middle column, our value systems, we have to then write, what is it going to take for me to get back to this person? Or what is it going to take for me to grow into this person? Okay, because there's a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this too at one point in time, who would make it convenient to follow along my value system. But because I was stuck in survival mode, I compromised my value system. So once you write down your values in that middle column, in the third column, I want you to write down your goals. Whatever your value systems are, they align with your goals. They don't align with your survival mode. So if you really want to say you want to hit certain goals, check your personal value system and how you're following along with that right now. You say that you want to save money. Your value system needs to be discipline. You say that you want to really start to grow as an individual or start your own business and do these things. Okay, your value system needs to be surrounded around consistency. You say you want certain aspects of your life, but survival mode is saying you're not disciplined, you don't have consistency. Survival mode is saying that right now you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Survival system is saying right now you're compromising certain bills to make sure you can do things for your kids. Right now, survival system is saying right now I just might not eat a full meal to make sure that my child is eating a full meal. Right now, your value system may say, right now I'm going to pay the minimum on this credit card because all my cards are maxed out. But somehow you're still going on vacation. That doesn't make quite sense to me. I know I've been there too, right? So value system, discipline, consistency, honesty, right? Giving, value system, goals. They're all in alignment with another. And then you have to work up the courage to change. So what decisions are you going to make right now that are going to be in alignment with your value system and your goals that may be in direct opposite to where your survival mode is? And they're not going to be easy changes to make. But sometimes doing what's hard is the best thing that you can do for yourself, because can we be honest with each other? Struggling is hard on its own. We just kind of convince ourselves that we're doing the best that we can. But struggling is hard on its own. Not being to where you want to be in life is hard on its own, but working to get towards it is also hard. So what you have to do is determine which level of hard do I want to be at. Do I want to be at the hard where I'm constantly compromising and not getting what I want? Or do I want to be at the hard to where I'm waking up earlier, I'm reading books, I'm changing my circle of friends, I'm changing my environment? Or do you want to do that hard? Because either one of them is going to be hard. And to be quite frank with y'all, it's a lot more expensive to be on the latter side of that. And then you got to make your next move. So for the ladies who are in the community, you've made your move. You was like, you know what? I need to get my money together. I want to work on saving. I want to work on budgeting. I want to work on investing. I want to be around a community of women who are all doing the same thing. Y'all made your next move. You already made your decision. For those of you who are watching this, whether it be on the public platform, you're in the meeting right now and you're not in the community, make your next move. It doesn't have to be this. Don't try to get me to sell you something, but just make your next move. You're going to do it with yourself. Make your next move. If you're going to call up a friend and say, hey, sis, these are some things that I'm thinking about doing. I know that we've both been struggling with this. Can you do it with me? Make your next move. You want to call somebody to go out for drinks. You want to call somebody to go out to eat. You want to call somebody to go out on a vacation, but you can't call nobody to say, grow with me. Conversations have to change. Make your next move. Ask them, what book are you reading? If neither one of y'all are reading a book, either y'all need to find some new friends or y'all need to be the new friend to each other. Figure out what they're reading. What are they listening to? What are you listening to? How are you pouring into yourself? You need to get a coach. Now, that could be a coach on Audible. That could be a coach on YouTube. That could be me as a coach. I don't care. When I first started this whole journey with shifting where I was, because at that point in time, it was low. I mean, me and my kids, we only had mattresses and storage bin containers, and we were staying with my best friend. When I made the decision to switch, I didn't have the finances to pay for a coach. So you might not be there. And I'm not trying to, trust me when I say I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. If it's for you, it's for you. But go on YouTube, start listening to Eric Thomas, start listening to C.T. Fletcher. If you like a little bit of aggression, start listening to Tony Robbins, start listening to people who are going to pour into you and make you feel convicted about being where you are, because you know you should be growing from where you are. But complacency, lack of consistency, lack of discipline is keeping you from where you want to grow to. Okay? And keep checking in on yourself. Having conversations. You check in on a friend, right? Girl, how you been? Ask yourself that question. How are you? Are you okay? When's the last time you really just sat with yourself and been like, am I all right? Am I good? You know, sometimes we'll do something to where we'll say, oh, I just really felt like I needed to get a cry out. So we watch a sad movie or something just so we can really like get some emotion stirred out of us, because we can feel it. We feel that heaviness on us. We like, oh yeah, I needed a good cry. That's because you have things that you're not acknowledging, and you're using other resources to bring up those emotions so that you can get past them, but you're not getting past anything. Just like how doing that is a band-aid to the true problem or the true thing that you got going on, a budget is a band-aid to a true financial problem you got going on. You got to address them. You got to check on yourself. Okay? And when you're changing your environment, what does this look like? Can I ask y'all something? How many of y'all have done vision boards? How many of y'all have done vision boards? If you did it, put it in the chat. Like, oh yeah, I did a vision board. How long have you actually stuck to the vision that was on the vision board? Like, how long did the vision board really do something for you where you were like, I'm motivated? How long did it last? A month? 6 months? Let me say I have one. 6 months. Okay, so can I tell y'all why they really don't work like that? Vision board. Somebody said 2 days. Why vision boards really don't work like that? It's because it ends up being like everything else in the house. You create it one time, you're motivated, you're excited, you're like, yeah, that car, woo, queen this, wealthy this, you know, got my perfect man here, we praying together, you know, ooh, happy fan, all of that. You make it one time, and then you put it in a place in your house, and eventually it fades into the wall. That's the reason why they don't work. Vision parties are cool in the moment, right? Vision boards are cool temporarily. Just like coaching calls are cool, just like motivational videos are cool, just like all of that. It's all temporary. You don't need motivation to grow. You need consistency in the actions that you set in place to grow and to continue. So when you're creating these visions, you need to create vision environments. It's not just about the board. Okay, so when you have it in this one place, it's going to fade into the wall. You need to create the visuals everywhere. You need to put it in everything that you pass by. You need to put it on your refrigerator. You need to put it on by your stove. You need to have it in your car. It needs to be the screensaver on your phone. It needs to be your lock screen. Your vision has to be ever present, because life is ever present. The reality of the day-to-day things that we go through is not going to change. And you think that walking by one vision board a day is what's going to help you out. You got to have the vision everywhere to keep you reminded of where you're going. You got to have it visually. You got to have it set up on auto so that when you wake up in the morning, that's the very first thing that you're hearing is your vision. The very first thing you need to pour into yourself is your vision. Why are you doing what you're doing? What direction are you heading? It has to be the vision, because the vision, we can't see it. We can't see it immediately. We see it after we've placed our goals in place and we're actively working towards our goals. But what keeps us reminded of our goals is the vision that we put in place. The vision is our roadmap. So how you do this is, when y'all get off this call, if y'all get some piece of paper, go print out some pictures, whatever y'all do, set it up everywhere. Make your kids involved in it. Ask them what their visions are. Ask them what they want. What do they aspire to be? Make them a part of it. Go to your spouse. Ask them what their visions are. What do they aspire to do? Like, make this a whole situation. Get everyone excited about growing. Because what we do, our kids see and also do. We can say anything we want to say to them, but they're going to mimic our actions. So you get your vision set up, all these places: refrigerator, stove, the door when you're about to walk out the house, the door when you're coming into the house, if you have a garage, so it's not all up in the front door outside, right? Inside your car, in your bathroom, next to your bathroom mirror, wherever you actually stop and do activities, on your dresser. These visions need to be there. When you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning, there are 2 alarms you need to have set. On the alarms that say it's time to wind down your day, and on the alarm that says it's time to wake up and start your day, you need to have some automation set up. At 10 o'clock every evening, my automation says, "Hey girlfriend, it's time to wind down your day. Go ahead and jot down 3 things that you didn't accomplish today that you want to accomplish tomorrow. I'll play some relaxation music while you do that." Keeps me focused on my goals. When I wake up in the morning, my automation automatically starts. I cannot stop it. I cannot stop it. It says, "Good morning, Raquel. It's time to say our morning affirmation. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a world leader in financial literacy and impact the lives of millions by December 31st, 2022. Go ahead and make an IG post. Don't forget, it's time to get up, go to the gym, be sexy." Right? Last thing, it's going to be an amazing day. And then I have a podcast that starts, which is a motivation podcast. So I'm listening to Les Brown. I'm listening to C.T. Fletcher. I'm listening to Eric Thomas, all of these motivational people who make me feel convicted in staying in my bed, who make me feel lazy for not pouring into myself, because I have goals that I'm trying to reach, and growing is uncomfortable. But if you say you want to change, do what's necessary to make the changes. You're already uncomfortable where you are, so you might as well get comfortable growing or uncomfortable growing. Set the goals. What do they look like? Set the roadmap. What does it look like? It's more than a vision. It's more than prayer. We already know faith without works is dead. Having faith is cool. It's time to put in the work. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to say, this is going to be the last time that I say the first of the month is a new start for me. This is going to be the last time I say this coming January, it's a new start. And you got to just do it. You got to just acknowledge it and say, it hurts too bad being here. But for some of us, we haven't reached the bottom yet. And because we haven't reached the bottom yet, we've convinced ourselves that everything is going to be okay. We convinced ourselves that I'm comfortable right now. We convinced ourselves that. And the more you wait, the more time is going to pass by. And to be quite frank with y'all, if you're over 30, half of your life technically has already passed you by. There is no midlife crisis at 50. Most people are dying at 75. So either you're going to continue to play with life or you're going to make some decisions. But at the end of the day, especially if you have children, our days are numbered. And whatever we do, our children are dependent upon it. So if you're going to say, I'm making some changes, then make them. But stop having the conversation without action. If you're going to start fresh, then do that. And be serious about it. And be around some people who are going to hold you accountable to that. One of the things that you guys can do, ladies, if you're in the community, you guys have this book already. It's The Millionaire Morning. It's a 40-page book. It's phenomenal. This guy, he interviewed, I don't know how many millionaires. And that's not to say everybody desires to be a millionaire, but the principles around what they do is what matters. So what they do, or the average of what they do, is they wake up 2 to 3 hours before their day is supposed to actually start. And they begin their day by pouring into themselves. So what does that look like? If it's physical activity, meditation, prayer, just getting up and spending some time with themselves. So that way they're taking control of their day versus reacting to their day. And when you take control of your day, you'll notice your patience is set up differently. You'll notice your productivity is set up differently, because now it's you having full control over your day, opposed to waking up, trying to do some hair, trying to get breakfast ready, packing up lunch bags, trying to send everybody out the door. And then now you got to rush, get ready for work, send them off to school, get down, trying to get to work on time. Now that you're spent your whole day having somebody else tell you what to do before you can actually have a full thought to yourself, besides being in the car on your way to work and on your way home from work. So it's really, really helpful. And I implemented these principles into my own personal life, and it helps. So I just want to ask y'all, how are you going to start fresh? What are you going to do? How are you going to start fresh? How are you going to start fresh? Honestly, this is a question. Y'all can put this in the chat. Like, how are you going to start fresh? Where do you start? Where does your personal journey begin in starting fresh? And it's okay if you tried and you failed, and you tried and you failed. So, oh, I don't want to do that. I already tried that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, Lord, last time I tried that, it didn't work out. Now I'm scared to do it again because I'm just more comfortable where I'm at. You could fail a bunch of times, but as long as you get back up, that's really the only thing that matters, because the next time you fail, you won't be in the same situation you were in before. Where do you start? Somebody said prepare a morning routine. What does that look like? I want to see it. What does that look like? Prepare your morning routine. What does that look like? Drinking more water. Start with setting email goals. Okay. Small goals and working on building healthy habits. This is good. But are you going to do it? Don't just tell me. Are you going to do it? And how are you going to measure doing it? How are you going to stay accountable to doing it? Saying it sounds good, y'all. I promise you, saying it sounds great. Setting reminders. Thank you, Jess. When are you setting the reminders? When you get off this call? Can you send me a screenshot that you set the reminders? Because there's some people in here from emails. So if y'all are here from emails, I want y'all to email me what you're doing. Facebook, the private group. Y'all said y'all going to be preparing a morning routine. Put it in the group. Oh, my daughter just tuned in from YouTube. Hi, baby. Hey, Mariah. I love you, baby. Okay. What are you going to do? Carlton, sis. You pouring into, I see your son right there. What you going to do? You got to put yourself first. You going to get up early? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You going to get up early? We always do this. We not blaming you. I did this too. Because I was trying to finish my master's while working full-time and raising my babies, I would wait till they went to bed, and I would stay up till 3:00 in the morning doing schoolwork. And then I got to turn around and get up at 6:30 in the morning to get them ready for school. Right? Exhausted. I was so tired. My makeup wasn't even looking right. It was just crusty on my face. It was just, I was like, oh, I need some rest. Makeup didn't even help at that point. That's how tired I was. So what are you going to do? Changing your mindset. How are you going to change your mindset, Natasha? The Millionaire Morning. Yeah, it's a book. So if you guys are watching from public platforms, it's available in my resource vault. Go grab it. It's free. It's a 40-page book. So my resource vault is just go to the link in the bio, scroll down, click on freebies. The ladies in the community, they have access to so much more. Y'all got resources out the wazoo. Okay? So that's what we have to do. Make a decision, make a plan, act on the plan. Take it further than this conversation, please. I promise you nothing's going to change if you're only excited for an hour after this conversation, because life is going to happen when we get off this call. So you just got to do the work. So I want you to set your alarms. Send me the screenshots that you set them. I want you to create the routines. Send me them. If you're watching from IG, do it. Send it to me as a DM. I literally respond to everybody. My daughter said, I can save my money. Yes, you can, baby. Prayer and 2 affirmations. What are they? I want to see them. We got to move past. What I want us to move past is the church mindset. Can I say that? I want us to move past the church mindset, because in church we'd be like, yes, pastor, woo, preach, pastor, yes, pastor. And then as soon as we walk out of church, we don't do nothing the pastor said. And I'm not a pastor, but what I'm saying is, if I'm asking you and I'm saying, look, sis, I done been there. These are the things that's going to require for you to change. I don't want y'all to sit up here and be in a chat like, yes, sis. Oh, yep, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. And then passing around a whole bunch of words that sound good and then do nothing. I don't want that. It's just a complete waste of time. It's a waste of your time being on the call. It's a waste of my time pouring the energy into y'all. I want you to act on the action. Just do the work. And then when you do the work, you're going to see the changes. And there's going to be people, places, and things that are going to move away from you because the energy no longer aligns with your energy. Because now you're in a growth space. And when you get in a growth space, it gets scary. And it gets scary fast. Because you want to know why you're questioning certain people in your life because you didn't used to question them before. You want to know why you're questioning certain actions around your environment. You want to know why you're questioning all these things because God is pulling you to another version of yourself. And that's the version that meets up with your value system. And that's the version that meets up with the growth that's set up with your value system. But in order to do that, you have to be brave enough to move away from your space of being comfortable. In order to do that, you've got to move away from survival mode. And moving out of survival mode is scary because survival mode keeps you safe. People, places, things, they will change, and they will change fast if you're doing what's in the best interest of you and if you have children and your children. Survival mode is hard. Changing is hard. But crying yourself to sleep at night because life isn't set up the way that you hoped it would be set up versus crying yourself to sleep at night because people, places, and things that no longer serve you are leaving you is a different type of tear. And I'm repeating myself because I need this to hit home. I've seen a lot of people's lives change. A lot of people's lives change in 2 years. I've seen some mamas go from living paycheck to paycheck, not having a home, buying a home, becoming investors, having investment properties. I've seen people's lives change. I've seen them change as individuals. I have changed as an individual. I was not in this space years ago. And so when I talk to y'all, I'm literally talking to y'all from a passionate place. The best I could do years ago was owing Wells Fargo over $300 with my account closed. The best I could do a few years ago was trying to get my power cut back on because it was getting cut off because I had to make some other decisions to make sure my kids had a holiday. That was the best I could do. So to be here now coaching y'all, I feel honored and I feel blessed and I feel obligated because I'm not coming to y'all from this other weird place of just give me your money, give me your money, give me your money. I want y'all to be in a place to where y'all are good. And y'all are good because you're connected to someone who really, truly cares. Hey, Nigeria. Hey, Jess. Okay, so that's y'all's homework. I'll repeat it for those who are coming in late. Okay. Take a piece of paper. The first column, I want you to write where you are right now in your life. And y'all can submit this to me. I won't put y'all's name on blast, but submit it to me, please. Because I just need to know that somebody did the work. If you guys are in the community, you have no excuses, because I'm going to be on you like white on rice about this. This is your homework assignment. In the first column, my phone was telling me it's time to go on IG. Ooh, that look weird. Okay. All right, cool. I think y'all can hear me now. In the first column, I need you to write where you are right now. First, I want you to do is I want you to take off the wig, the lashes, the makeup. You need to see yourself in true raw form and go look at yourself in the mirror and go have a conversation with yourself. Acknowledge where you are. Write down everything that's on that column of where you are right now. Spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally. Those are the pillars in life. Spiritually, where are you? Financially, where are you? Psychologically, where are you? Oh no, did my volume go away? Crud. Hold on, y'all. My volume went away on thing. Can y'all hear me now? Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Can y'all hear me now? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Can y'all hear me now, IG? IG, can you hear me? Oh, whew. Okay, good. I lost y'all. All right. First column. Where are you? Spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and financially. Okay. The second column is where your value systems. Where are your core value systems? And if you are unaware what value systems are, I will place them in my IG story for y'all. I'll place them in my IG story when I go off this live of examples of value systems. So y'all can go hop on there and see it. If y'all are in the group, don't worry, I got y'all. And then in the last column, I need you to put where your goals are. And then if you want to take it a step further, I need you to put how your value systems will take you to accomplishing your goals. Because the very first thing we need to do is acknowledge where we are, and then we immediately need to take rapid, fast action on getting to where we want to be. And it's so far past a simple vision board. We got to do some healing. We got to have some acknowledgement. And we're going to have some accountability. Because if you could do it yourself, you'd be there by now. Okay. So, ladies in the community, you guys, you have your coursework. You've got on mindset, money mindset, your relationship with money and all of that. Y'all have your workbook. Y'all have all of that stuff for you to go through. Make sure that you're doing that this week. If you're not in the community and you want to join, y'all, it's so much stuff we've got. These ladies have a workshop on credit coming up. They've got a workshop on breaking past barriers coming up. They have a workshop on debt repayment and credit that are all coming up. And we have a workshop every single Monday. Wednesdays, y'all know we have our accountability calls in the group. So y'all know Coach Alexandra will be there with y'all. So make sure that you have this done. Pop yours in the group. I'll go and I'll respond to them between tonight and tomorrow. If you guys are on IG and you still want me to look at it, please send it to me in a DM. If you're tuning in from another channel, please send it to me over on Instagram, or you can email it to me. My email's attached on all of this stuff. And then on Fridays, we have a game night. And then on the game night, it gives the ladies in the community an opportunity to win some money for learning about financial literacy. That's going to be fun. Woo, woo. And then outside of that, 10% of what the community generates from the monthly memberships goes back into the ladies. So 4 ladies are picked every month, and they can use that money towards a bill. They can put it in towards an investment, or they can put it towards our savings account. So I'm inviting you all in to our community. This is a private call that I decided to have publicly today. So if you want to join the community, link in bio, join the community. We would love to have you. We just had someone join from the UK, which is super exciting. Other than that, we have a bunch of ladies from all these other states. And ladies in the community, did y'all enjoy this call? Was this good? Awesome. So make sure you get your coursework done. Everybody should have access to it immediately. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to assist y'all in any way. Y'all are gonna see a lot of me, more so looking not like how I look on the internet, because I don't like to put on makeup all the time. If I can be quite honest with y'all. Let me put this up here real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up. Ladies in the community, y'all have anything that y'all want to say? Y'all can unmute y'all's mics. I'm the only one that y'all can see. I'm streaming from a different camera, so they can't see y'all. So if y'all want to come up and talk to me, y'all can. Can't nobody else can see y'all, just us. I promise. Let me see.
Thank you, Raquel.
Hey, Sherelle.
Hey, baby.
Hey, did you like the call?
Dude, yes. There were things that just, you put your vision board and you make your vision board, but you forget to put it in front of you with every single step that you take through the day. I really appreciate that.
So I'm going to see some pictures of your vision environment. Good. That makes me happy. Hey. Anybody else? Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing. Anybody else? You're welcome to Carton. Yep, I put the link in the bio for y'all if you want to join the community. It's in there for you. If you're tuned in from IG, y'all, it's the link in the bio. Okay, so I'm expecting to see some homework. Awesome. All right, ladies. Well, that's going to wrap it up. If no one else has, anybody in the community has anything else to say before I close out the call, whether it be in the chat or camera, audio. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I can't wait to welcome everybody else into the community who said they wanted to be a part of it. You have coursework, you have weekly coaching calls and workshops, you have weekly accountability calls, and we have weekly game nights. And then y'all get to win some money. And we do stuff in the community too. So a percentage of what we generate also goes into certain nonprofits, because I'm real big on just giving. So I try to do that as best I can. All right, ladies, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all. I can't wait to see your homework assignments, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, awesome. Everybody on live stream, it was so good having this conversation with y'all. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.